A huge thanks to Timaeuss for inviting me to participate in his Timaeuss Cup, a tournament where players are pitted against each other for the fastest cycle count. If you need the full context, I suggest you go over to Volkin's channel and watch the PvP video. Link will be in the video description. I was teamed with Moon and we fought against God Doggos and MrPokke. They are all great HSR content creators, so make sure to check out their channels. Links will be in the video description. Anyways, let me start by talking about the bans and picks. For the bans, I think this is pretty straightforward. Imbibiter Looney and Jingliu are just too strong in the current meta. Sealy was a ban recommendation from Moon. The enemy banning Welt was quite understandable too. He is particularly strong for the first half. The enemy actually had the first pick, and they took Bronya. I think that is pretty much what everyone else would do. For our first double pick, I needed to make sure that we get Tingyun and Pella. Tingyun due to her flexibility and Pella because of how effective she is on either side of MOC 12. Enemy then took Silverwolf, most likely to help with expanding the damage dealer options. Next, I took Hanya because before the PvP even started, I was already considering playing the Tingyun-Hanya pairing to introduce a new powerful tech. I will give you more details later in the video. After that was something that me and Moon feared the most. The enemy double picks 2 out of the 3 sustained titans, Fu Xuan and Huohuo. For our next double pick, it was a no-brainer. We had to take the leftover, Luocha, together with Sampo, who is the main damage dealer of Moon. A bit of lore before moving on. Originally, Moon came to the tournament thinking that she would be using her most recently built Argenti. I then suggested that we use something else. She mentioned that her only alternatives would be Blade and Sushang, and maybe her decently built Sampo. We decided on Blade initially, but as we talked more about our strategy, I'm not trying to take all the credits, but there's a reason you guys were able to enjoy a very cool Sampo showcase in the tournament. I was actually a bit worried that Moon might think I was being too forceful with my ideas. I'm just glad that Moon enjoyed the end results. Okay, moving on. Enemy team finally picked their main damage dealers. I then took my main damage dealer and sustain. Finally, the enemy took their missing supports, and we took our Ruin Mei. Ruin Mei is a new character, and as per rules, can be picked by both teams. As for the character distribution, I think most of you already get the idea behind it. I'm prioritizing Moon's experience in the first half by giving her Ruin Mei. Add Pella due to how effective she is in the first half, while completely synergizing with Ruin Mei and Sampo. Luocha so Moon won't have issues dealing with Kafka. As for me, the idea is to simply try to get as low cycles as possible through sheer strategy. Now let's move on to my team setup and strategy. Why Xueyi? So not only is Xueyi effective against True Sting, but she also prefers to be breaking toughness by herself. The reason for this is due to the fact that if an ally reduces an enemy's toughness bar, that will only count as 1 stack for Xueyi, no matter how much toughness is being reduced. For example, if Fu Xuan tried depleting the toughness bars of all True Sting summons, it would only give Xueyi 1 stack. Now the part that most of you have been waiting for. Tingyun and Hanya. The reason why I picked them for myself is due to a powerful tech that only both of them can efficiently execute. It's called the Dance tech. Just kidding. Let's just call it the 200 speed team tech. As the name of the tech already implies, it creates a pseudo 200 speed team by abusing 2 Dance LCs, and the speed boosts coming from both Tingyun and Hanya. The speed requirement for both Hanya and Tingyun is 168, but due to their own speed buffs, this can be greatly reduced and even reduced further by abusing a double 4-piece messenger set. I think the minimum speed could be around 150. But you might be wondering how this could also apply to my Xueyi when she is using attack boots. That is where her sister comes in. An E4 Hanya has a 3-turn speed buff from her ultimate. Using a 3-turn ultimate rotation, she can maintain the buff on Xueyi with 100% uptime. There was a question in the video asking why I was spamming Tingyun's skill. Using Tingyun's skill gives 30 energy, and it activates her A2 trace that buffs her own speed. This allows my Tingyun to maintain the pseudo 200 speed tech for herself. Next is Bailu. The reason I picked her is due to the light cone she is equipped with. You see, MOC-12's second half is no joke. True Sting has almost 1.2 million HP. Even though the 200 speed team tech is fairly powerful, it's still not as great as having something like Ruin Mei plus another support. I need all the damage I can get. Although very small, Huohuo's signature light cone offers 12% attack at maximum stacks. The problem, however, is getting each stack. It relies a lot on the healing frequency of the wearer. If you consider my other options, no one else can heal as frequently as Bailu and her invigoration effect. As for the run itself, I don't really have much to add as Volkin and Grimro managed to point out all the important details of the run. I'll just answer one of Grimro's confusion near the start of the showcase. While Grimro is wondering what the plan is considering I broke the only quantum weak enemy too early, the enemy he is referring to is already making a recovery. Of course, I took this into consideration. On battle entry, everyone moves forward to take their action. If I am slightly faster than the Silvermane Lieutenant, that means even if I deplete its toughness bar, it will recover fast enough since it was supposed to move soon after my characters. So, yeah, breaking its weakness and letting it recover as soon as possible was part of the strategy. This gives my Xueyi more toughness bar to deplete and gain stacks.
Already got that boss at around 35% health is quite insane.
Absolutely, we need a really fast clear time here though to match what we just saw. Bailu bringing out the ultimate here, no danger at the moment here, and it doesn't look like we're going to get a zero cycle like Pokke did, but this is pretty impressive nonetheless considering we don't have Ruan Mei on this team.
Definitely no Ruan Mei and also no Silverwolf. This team with a Silverwolf would have been perfectly poised to perform a lot better teaming up with that Xueyi, but still doing wonders with this damage on what's available. 120k there between the ultimate and follow-up is very, very respectable.
Absolutely, getting really big value out of that Memory of Chaos Blessing. Oh, and finishes off one enemy straight into the other. We're looking like we're going for that one cycle here, Volkin, which is very impressive, honestly.
Very impressive considering we've got 3 4-stars and a base build 5-star for the healer. This is very impressive work.
Absolutely. Okay, so are we going to be able to round this out with one final Xueyi skill? That is going to be the question here, Volkin. I'm pretty confident it's going to happen here. Going for basic there. Okay, that's very confident.
Expecting more damage. Can we knock it out with the basic from the Tingyun? Okay, that was perfectly planned.
That is actually incredible calculation there. Getting 2 free skill points for essentially nothing. I'm actually super impressed right now.
Okay, this is where you're like, do you use that ultimate and waste all that extra energy, saving the ultimate, waiting until after we get the first ult from Xueyi, and then going to put it into the next one? It's always a tricky decision with that Tingyun when you got an ally at about 95% energy.
Oh, okay, Xueyi going very low here, gonna be using that Bailu ultimate, but those wind shears are gonna prove to be a bit of an issue here if we don't start breaking this enemy quick, because we have no cleanses on this team, right, Volkin?
Definitely, and there we go, we're gonna get the next ultimate in here, dealing 70k into a 52k follow-up, looking real good. Then we go straight into the boost, and we're already at about 60-70%, actually getting hit. If we can survive those wind shears, taking the damage by Xueyi isn't too bad to get that extra energy as well.
Absolutely, we are looking to get a break real soon though, so we can start stacking up that Memory of Chaos buff here. We're only at 2 stacks currently, so we do want to see that Xueyi can get some breaks here on these ads. That'd be ideal.
Definitely, we'll see right here, because we're going to go straight into an ultimate as well. Get the burst, love that snowball happening, and here we go, the ultimate. Sick animations from these 2 new 4-stars, by the way. 94k, looking fantastic, into an 89k follow-up. We have got damage out the wazoo for this one.
Absolutely. Getting to 7 stacks, which is a good amount. Hopefully, this is going to be able to take it out. Oh,
left
short.
At 5%. So close, but I have been absolutely impressed with this run. Looking real solid, down to 1%. Can we finish it off with a basic from Bailu? No, we can't. It would have been exciting, but there we go.
Take it up. Oh, there we go.
Okay, now we've got the second phase. Now, that damage, I'm hoping we can keep that sort of damage coming out, because that was absolutely insane. We do have the ads. We do have those wind shears once again to worry about. Bailu is stacked with that ult, so at least we are looking safe for some survival here.
We do have a big problem though, Volkin, and I'm very interested how this is going to get handled. That bug on the left here, if not dealt with before the enemy is dead, will have a chance to stun your entire team. So do you think we're going to go for a priority on that, or are we going to focus straight on the boss?
We'll have to see, because there we go. You called it precisely, because yeah, we don't have break for it, so we just have to go straight for the kill.
Absolutely, yep. It's gonna be a big priority there. Bailu, unfortunately, no cleanse, so it's gonna have to be that way there. But taking it out with just one ultimate there, not too much of a
Definitely,
problem.
and just correcting myself, that is the beauty behind the Xueyi. The ult does put break into anything, so we didn't even have to get the kill because we did get the break on that one as well.
Yep, really showing her stuff here. And also her follow-up attack ignores that weakness, toughness vulnerability as well, thanks to those Eidolons. We're seeing a lot of ads here though, and the boss is now enraged. So if it does its next ability here with those ads up, we're going to be in some trouble here.
Let's see. So we've got Xueyi coming up now. We're close to ult, so we're going to go skill into ult. We've got Timaeuss very, very close to her ultimate as well, which should come after a basic. But are we going to have enough to get a break? We do have the snowball coming with the exploding bugs, which is definitely very helpful. And now this is the moment of truth. We got Bailu coming up next. I'm tipping we're going to want to get topped off with this Bailu though.
I'm thinking a Bailu skill here might be good. Yep, absolutely an excellent play here. That is not going to be a problem now. That enemy has no ads, so they're not going to do too much damage, even though it looks pretty scary.
Definitely. So that was really solid with the Bailu. We're looking pretty safe now. It's just a matter of, can we get it done in this cycle? We do have one more Xueyi attack. We're going to get that boost. So we should do a skill into a follow-up into an ultimate, which could be enough damage to get it done.
Absolutely. If we could get a quantum break, that would also be huge, as we would also get a bit of extra damage from that. It's really going to come down to the wire, though, I think, Volkin. Ho, ho.
81k into 95k. We get the exploding...
Let me pause here for a moment. If you count the total actions of Xueyi from the start of the second wave, this is her 6th action, and her 7th action can only happen after the 4th cycle. If we consider the fact that this is supposedly a pseudo 200 speed team, Xueyi should be able to get her 7th action within this 3rd cycle. The only reason she didn't get it is because I entered the second wave without an instant push from Dance 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 LC. The ideal case scenario is entering the second wave with either Hanya or Tingyun's ultimate.
Bug into the ultimate. Can we get the damage? We got the 103k crit to get it done.
I think that participating in this tournament was fun and a breath of fresh air. I'd definitely join again if given the chance. Probably my only gripe with this kind of format is how useless the last pick is. The PvP format uses esports first pick and last pick rules, where if a team wants the first pick, the other team will get the last pick. This last pick is usually a huge counter for the enemy team, but since HSR is purely a PvE game, the last pick is just totally useless. It's not like last picking would allow us to counter the enemy team. In fact, it's the total opposite. The first pick team not only gets the valuable first pick, but they also form their team earlier than the second pick team. Anyways, sorry for the rant. I hope you guys enjoyed the tournament video as much as I did. I will see you on the next one.